Hi folks, Bill Steele here with 3D Chameleon, and Joel Telling just posted a video on how to create the rainbow object that he had that he used on the palette, and I thought I'd show you how to do it with Tinkercad, show you just how easy it is as well. So we're just going to go into Tinkercad, create a new design, and in Tinkercad we have our work plane here. I can drag it around and rotate it and do whatever I want. So we'll do basically exactly what he did with his. We'll start off with drawing a cylinder, and we'll set the height to 5 millimeters to begin with, since that's the way he did his. We're going to go ahead and expand this out to 200 millimeters on both axes. Let's do 200, and we're going to make that a smooth edge. There we go. So 200 millimeter wide. We're going to go ahead and change the color to red while we're here, just so that we can see that. Now what we need to do is we need to slice it off. We only want half of it, and we only want a 20 millimeter wall, so let's go ahead and put another cylinder in the middle of it. Only this one is going to be 180 millimeters. And what we'll do to align those is center those to each other. We'll center them on that one. And if I combine those right now, we'll have a circle with a hole in it, but I'm going to go ahead and place the block here halfway. So the idea here is that this block should be 100 millimeters. And if we align that up with the bottom, we'll get the exact bottom half. So there's the first ring. Let's go ahead and join those together, and there's our first half of our rainbow. Not bad. So we're just going to do this same thing over for the next one. So 180 and 180. Again, increase the number of sides, drag the cylinder out. We're going to make this one 160 and 160. And again, increase the number of sides. We'll center those on each other. We'll take our box and we'll make it it's 100. It's going to be 90 by 180. And we'll center that on the bottom. So I'm just selecting the orange one. So we'll align that there and align that there. I forgot to change the height, but let's go ahead and change the height to 5. So what I'm going to do, just to show you this, is we can continue to do these. You don't have to drag or line this up this way. You can simply grab them both, click the red one, align it on the bottom, and align it in the middle, and voila, those are now aligned. So there's our red, orange, and then we'll do our green. So this is going to be 140. I'm sorry, it's going to be 160 by 160. This is our green. Red, orange. Oh, sorry, this is going to be yellow. Red, orange, yellow. I did that the wrong size. That's going to be 140 by 140. I'm going to show you a little trick here to save some time too. We're going to copy and paste this over to the side, and we're going to change that to green because we're going to use that later on. I'm also going to go ahead and trim these all. Well, let's just center that. We'll trim these all the same way that we did before. Whoops. Created a moon. Alignment, Bill. Center, center, and so this is going to be 160 by, oops, it's actually 80, half of the 160 by 160. Align that to the bottom, center, bottom. Again, set our height to 5. So you don't have to do this every time, but set our height to 5 here. So now we're at 140 by 140. Well, that was a mistake. This is 120 now. Join those together. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Make this 120. Well, I made a mistake there. I need to shrink these up by a little bit here. So this is going to be 100 by 100. This is going to be 120 by 120. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do one more. So this is going to get us down to our 100 by 100. And we'll have one more of these. Copy, paste. So we're going to make this one purple. And 80. Oops. 80 by 80. By 80. Join those together. So there's our rainbow. We'll go ahead and align these. The red, bottom, middle. So now the next thing we need to do is just create our two clouds. So we can, let's just make that solid, change that to white. I guess I could do the two black ones real quick as well. Let me go ahead and do those real fast. So this has radius of 200. So we're going to make this 202 by 202 with many sides. And we'll subtract. Actually, if I copy this and paste that, I can break this apart because I have in here the bottom half and I have this half. Copy, paste, make that a hole, align that with that, center that. So that's going to give me a 2 millimeter hole on this. Let's go ahead and lower that back down to 5. Join those. So there you can see my 2 millimeter hole. We're going to change that to black. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We have a 51 millimeter half by 202. Actually, it's not 51. It's 101. And we'll center that on the ring. Center that, bottom that, join them. So that's our top half. And we'll do the same thing on the bottom here. So this inner ring here was 100 minus 20, so that's going to be 80, and we're going to go down to 80 and 78. So we'll go to 80 and 80, and we'll have the smaller one of 78 and 78. And we'll lop off the bottom of that. So that's going to be 40. It's going to be 80. Bottom center. Join it. Change its color to black as well. So these can all be lined up with each other against that red one. So we'll center that. We'll place it at the bottom. So in this case, I have the black outline, and actually I see faceting on that. I guess we're stuck with that one on this. Okay, so now let's make the clouds. And Joel made it as he just had several different clouds. So he just brought out a few different ones, different sizes. So we can change these to 35, 35. We just want to make sure we get smooth sides on these, so we'll just ramp these up. Change the color to white. And we'll do just a couple more. Copy, paste. So something like that. Let's join those together. It almost looks like it might be better the other way around. Yeah, something like that. So let's go ahead and make this 6 millimeters in height. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. Well, let's copy and paste that. We'll just do 2 of them the same way. Rotate this just a little bit. Give it a little bit difference. Add. Let's align these to each other. Good. And we'll take these and join them together. And we'll center them on. So, not bad. Okay, next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, so let's separate these. We'll do them one at a time. And I'm convert both of these into what we call a hole. So I'm going to join these, and let me copy and paste that so that it's out of the way. So we have white ones and the holes, and I'm going to take these now and join them together. Let's see. I guess I need to do this on each individual one, don't I? Yes, I do. So I'm going to copy. Oh, this is interesting. This is a big difference between the tool that Joel was using and the tool that we have here. We have all of these together, and right now I need to cut the shape out of each one of them individually. So to do that, what I need to do is to have multiple, and I will join them together. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 copies of these all in the same location. So I'm going to do that by doing a copy, paste. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to align them all to that same spot. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but watch what I do here now. I'm going to take each one of these, so red, and I'm just going to click one time on this area, because clicking one time it'll select just one of those. I'll join them. I'm going to do orange and click and join. Yellow, click and join. Green, click and join. Blue, click and join. Purple, click and join. Black, click and join. And black, click and join. So by doing that, I've now trimmed off each one of these to match the pattern for the cloud. And I can simply drag this back up into there. Let's take this and center that. Well, I didn't have them centered in there, so I'll have to do a little trick here. Watch this. I'm going to pick one of these, just one. I'm going to unmask it. I'm then going to take the clouds, and I'm going to align them to each other. So I'm going to click this cloud, align it centered, and then I can pick the purple again, rejoin those together, and now I have that back up and they're perfectly aligned. So I've got that. Now the only other thing that I need to do now is to make a outline of these. And the way I can do this is I can copy and paste this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to break it. And we're going to take these, we'll break them as well. I'm going to convert these to black, because those are going to become our outlines. And these I'm going to actually shrink by 2 millimeters. So we actually want to shrink it by 2 millimeters here and here, here and here. So we're going to shrink it by 4 millimeters on each axis. So we'll go to 43, and this is going to go to 83, and the same thing here. So this is 40. We're going to drop off 3 of this, so that's going to go to 44. And we'll drop off 3 of this to 3. All right, so we'll take this. Actually, I'm going to copy these, paste these. I'm going to make them holes. So we're going to put a hole here and here. Take this one and center it on this. And we'll join those. we'll take this and center it on that and join that. And we'll do the same thing here. And we'll join those. And we'll take this and center it on that. And voila, we now have our rainbow. So we have the raised height of 6 millimeters on that. And we have our arcs, we have our blackout lines. So pretty much everything that Joel has in his, we now have in ours. So what I can do now is I can export these. Let's call this Joel's Rainbow. And to export these, I'm just going to go to each item. So let's take black outlines. As Joel did, he joined them together. Oops, let me see if I can grab that. Click, 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 and click. We'll join those into one item. So our outline is one, so we'll export that as an STL. And then I can go through and click the clouds. Let's take the two clouds, we'll join them together as well. We'll export that as a file. And then we can just click each one of these and export that as an STL. And with that, we can go ahead and launch our PrusaSlicer. Okay, so with my PrusaSlicer up here, I can go ahead and add these files to it. I have it configured right now for the 3D Chameleon, so let's go ahead and go back over to here, go back to our top. Here's all of Joel's files here. We're going to hit open, and you'll see that PrusaSlicer will recognize that they're all one object, and it will ask me if it wants me to load them as one object. We're going to say yes. And there we go. So there you can see it's actually loaded them all in. I have these particular colors here loaded. We don't want yellow clouds, we want white clouds. So let's reverse the blue and the yellow. So let's make that, the white and the yellow, let's make that white. Let's make that yellow. Make that one white and that one yellow. That looks a little better. Even though it isn't Joel's colors, we do have our multicolor rainbow. I can now slice that. So we need to make a couple changes here. You can see our color purge tower is actually overlapping our model, and we have the outline of the skirt actually outside of our printable area. So we can change both of these. A couple of different ways of doing this. First off, we can move this here, and we can actually take our model, and it comes back to me here. We can take our model and we can actually rotate it. And we can move this to there. Have our purge tower there. And now when I slice it, I believe it'll easily fit. Yeah, look at that. So let's, we can even make this a little smaller so that there's less travel. Select both of them. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And there you go. So there we can print it on our printer, export it, and simply print it, and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching.